history of it, and it has to do with Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon River, which separated Gaul and ancient Rome. And once he crossed, it was the point of no return, and he marched on Rome. And a lot of it just made sense for what we were doing. We had to cross a river to get from the Dominican to Haiti. The dates lined up pretty well. Caesar crossed it in January. The Haiti earthquake happened in January. And we knew that once we crossed into Haiti, we were going on a mission, and we weren't going to stop until we were able to get help to those people. And as far as how big this thing's gotten, I couldn't even put a number on it. What's so special about this organization is it's a grassroots effort. So it's hard to separate us, the 5 people that came down here to Chile, say, and the hundreds of people back home that donated, or the dozens of people that helped us coordinate. I mean, out of the blue, a man named Steve Howry called us up. Never heard of the guy before in our life. He called us up, and suddenly we're talking to Bonnie Banks down in Chile. We're talking to Jonathan Benstead, and we're getting flights and contacts within the Chilean Ministry of Health. Dr. Lastra, who ended up running the response down in Region 6, I believe. Region 8. Region 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, Region 8. And through these contacts, we were able to connect with a wonderful young Chilean girl, Cami Cueva, and so how do you separate? How do you put a number on it? I mean, I couldn't even tell you. The people that follow our blog and pass that on to other people, and the donations just keep coming. It's incredible. It's just incredible.
Probably the incident, or not incident, but thing we did that most impacted me. There was one day when we were driving around for hours trying to find people to treat and looking for people, because we were in a very rural area near Constitucion. We saw this footbridge that was crossing a river, and we were like, we got to go check it out. And we went over there just kind of like, hey, we want to go check out this footbridge. Well, we get to the other side of the footbridge, and out comes a man and his son, and they're talking to us in our broken Spanish, and it turns out his sister-in-law, who was living with them because her house had collapsed, had a broken foot. And so we ran back, got our medical bag. Mark Hayward and I went across the bridge with a translator and started to treat this woman. She had some broken bones in her foot, and had we not been able to treat her, it could have crippled her for life, and she wouldn't have been able to take care of her children. That town, or where their location was, they were a 3-hour horseback ride from the nearest market. And so just being able to get there and build this woman a crutch and build her a cast, and now she's going to be able to walk normally for the rest of her life and take care of her children, was just, that right there was worth the price of admission of all the craziness that we went through to get down here. So it was amazing. You can follow that on our blog. You can find that whole series of pictures. Yeah.
Thanks for coming down and help, Clay. And Zach, what about you? Observations there on the ground in the South, and how you contributed?
The biggest thing that really changed our team is a connection to the people. And we're from California, Washington, D.C., all over. So our connection to the people was our translator, and that was Camila. We call her Cami, and Principesa, and she connected us to the people like we could not have been otherwise. An amazing woman, and her family gave up their truck for us for the week, and through her we were able to really live the life that these people were living, without food, without shelter, feel what they felt, be who they were for the week, and at the same time affect their lives long term by treating them. Incredible experience.
And Cami's family, I mean, they offered their only vehicle and their daughter, their 2 most prized possessions in the world, and and they entrusted us with that, and that's just amazing in itself. But it enabled us to carry out our mission and actually be successful, and so that just blows my mind. Unbelievable. So.
Well, thanks to both of you. Safe travels back. Safe travels in the next mission. Stay alive. That's the goal. Last question for you guys. You can all 3 answer. What do you see ahead for the organization? Are you going to continue to raise money? Are you going to go into Turkey, where I think there was an earthquake the other day? Or would you go into North Korea, for example, if there's an earthquake there? Some of the countries maybe the U.S. is not friendly with. But anyway, future of the organization.
right now, we are in the process of setting up a board of advisors and a board of directors. And the way that the board of directors is going to work is it's going to be an odd number of individuals on there. And when a disaster strikes, within 12 hours, that board of directors will vote on whether or not to deploy the teams or deploy a team. So we're giving the board of the directors that responsibility. And so at that point, the officers of the organization will then take charge, formulate the team, and send it downrange. So that right now is a little steps that we're taking, and we're concentrating on near term rather than long term because it's a bull that we're trying to tame right now. So other than that, Jake.
You know, with regard to would we go to China, would we go to North Korea, or Turkey, it's going to depend on the need. And that was a question that was asked us at Los Angeles Airport before we took off. Why Chile? We understand why you guys went to Haiti. It's 200 miles off the U.S. coast. Why would you go to Chile? And I think that question kind of struck us all as just really strange. Like, why? That question doesn't make any sense. Why not?
People live in Chile.
Yeah, because there are people in Chile. I mean, it made no sense. If Turkey needs us, we'll be in Turkey tomorrow. I think we're a little tired. Maybe we'll send another team and we'll go home. But if Turkey needs us, we'll be there. If North Korea needs us, it's tricky. Like we said, we will respect the sovereignty of any nation. We're not going to go anywhere where we're expressly not invited or welcome. But at the same time, we like to we dare to go places other people don't. And so if we're needed, perhaps we set up a triage center in South Korea, and as people trickle over, we help them out. Who knows? But we want this thing to continue to grow, but we want it to continue to grow the right way and maintain all the principles that we've established, what we believe in and how we want to operate. We don't want it to grow so fast that we lose that. So, Mark, do you have anything?
Absolutely. I think what's next on the list for Team Rubicon is definitely some hot water and soap.
And some beers, right? Yes. Well, thank you guys. We'll talk to the other two team members, and good luck in the future with everything. Yeah.